Indeed, he needs to. The man is unsafe. So, while they're sorting out that recalcitrant musket here, let's have a look at the communication signals that were available. For a start, in the crowded battlefield, and you will have seen the powder smoke which is issued from musket, it's very difficult to know where your fellows are, and the uniforms weren't that distinctive. So the ensign would hold up aloft his colour or his flag, which is 6x6 square, and that would be a rallying point. It would also be used to taunt the enemy. When you arrived on the battlefield, you would flourish the colour to say, here we are, come and get us if you're good enough. Look at our flag. We are the Earl of Northampton's foot. Now, waving this was a matter of pride. It was terribly, terribly important that you didn't let the colour drop on the ground. In fact, it was a mark of honour that the colour never touched the ground except under one circumstance, and that is when you are bowing or offering general salute to the king and nobody else. That's the only time the colour should touch the ground. So if it was lost in battle, it would be instantly recovered. Well done, I think he deserves a bit of a clap for that, don't you? Not a big one, not a big one, it wasn't that good. Oh, sorry, it was, yes, it was, okay. Thank you, Ensign. Our other means of communication on the battlefield took into consideration that they didn't have walkie-talkies. They had the equivalent, though, and that was our drum corps. So we'll show you some of the things that the drummers could get up to. In the melee of battle, there's a lot of noise, confusion going on. It's very difficult for an officer to talk to his sergeants and his sergeants to talk to his men. So the critical orders were conveyed by the drums because they were louder and they were distinctive. So the first call that you're going to hear is the call that says, come on Northamptons, we're going to have a meeting, we're going to march off, the officers want to talk to you, whatever. It means gather at this point, right? So this is the Northamptons call. And so at this point, the men would strap on their helmets, they'd pick up their muskets and their pikes, and they'd gather and they'd form a body. It's more than likely that at this point they were going to march off. So while the order was given to march off, it was relayed by the drums, and they would play a small tune. It was only played by the drum major, the lead drummer of the time. There's that one drum would sound this command, and it says effectively, shoulder your pike, right, so that you can march off, and also shoulder your musket. But what they will do is go straight into one of their tunes, because that's what they would do. They would give the signal and straight away play at the beginning of a march. I don't know which one it's going to be. I'm going to find out. I recognise this one. It's called the March of the Foot. We know from records there was a March of the Foot, but we don't know what the tune actually was. There's only one recorded tune which has been written down from the period, and that is called the English March. And it was King Charles himself who said, that's what I want everybody to do. But it's a pretty boring tune. This is much more lively. You may wonder how on earth they know where they're at in the tune. So as they play it through the next time, I'll say the words which is in their head. They're not saying it out loud, but this is how they remember it. Let's have a picnic, have we any peanuts? I'll bring the popcorn, strawberries and cream. Let's have a picnic, have we any strawberries? I'll bring the popcorn, strawberries and cream. Yummy, yummy peanuts, yummy, yummy peanuts, yummy, yummy strawberries, strawberries and cream. Yummy, yummy peanuts, yummy, yummy peanuts. Let's have a picnic, strawberries and cream. Aren't they terrific? And one final thing that we'll play for you, in the heat of battle itself, it's important that the orders were given and repeated as often as necessary in order to encourage the troops. So one of the commands, although there were obvious other ones like retreat, reform, make ready, get yourself together, that sort of thing, the one which is critical and we'll play for you now shortly is the charge. It is used when the enemy are going to be engaged in hand to hand. So it's very much to get up a bit of the adrenaline and give them a lot of encouragement. So the charge. Excellent, that's our drumming display. Aren't they wonderful people? Thank you, drum. Now you heard the wager. The senior officer is obviously tempting his officer in charge of the shot because it's important that you be able to get your shots off as quickly as possible. So here's a bit of a competition.
I have my doubts, sir.
We're going to make sure that you can see in close-up what's going to happen, but we will turn around and fire away from you, so don't get too alarmed at the proximity of these guys. Okay, as they're going, if we start with number one closest to me, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We have 9 musketeers. Choose which one you think is the most experienced, the quickest, the most adept, the most skillful, who will be able to get his 2 shots off within 2 minutes, within 1 minute.
1, 2, 3, 4. Musketeers! This good man will join the event. Make ready and give fire!
Right, they're off and racing now in the Earl of Northampton's musket race. Already we can see that several of the musketeers have primed their pan, they've cast about their piece and they've now loaded the gunpowder down the barrel. Some of them have got their musket ramrod out or their scouring stick and they've rammed home and now they're putting it away. There's the first one gone. I think it was number 9, number 10, number 3, number 1. Right, it's all very close. It's all within 10 seconds of each other and they turn around again and back they go. They prime their pan, they close their pan, they dust off the loose powder, they cast about their piece, they handle their charge, they charge their piece with powder, they handle wadding and ball, they withdraw their scouring stick. They reverse their scouring stick and place it home. They ram home. They reverse it. They take it home. They place it away. They cock their match. They blow on their match. They test their coal. They open their pan. They check their scouring stick. And with any luck, they fire. There we go, on cue. So, I'm afraid I was so busy and excited watching all this that I failed to see if everybody's had 2 shots off all right. Have you finished?
I think I heard a cry of bang from the man who thought he was winning. So we have a winner.
Who do you think won?
Flag of the Vale again.
Now, can anybody spot why he won? Is it because he's the most experienced? Or can you see something different about his weapon? Yes? Boy in the front here. It is a smaller weapon, but there's something else which has made it quicker. Is he using the matchlock that everybody else was using? Ah, no, you see. He's using a flintlock, and flint were quicker than the match. They're also very useful if you were attacking in the night, because the bouncing matches would be a giveaway.
Musketeers!
So I think that deserves a bit of a clap. Keep you warm, keep you awake, won't it?